Nation, we are back. Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building. You guys know what time it is, man. The Graphk and Hammer show is in full effect. Salute to my brother. Hammer is in the building. What's good, King?
And shit, ladies and gentlemen, for those that don't know who I am the tribal chief of Raider Nation. Do me a favor, y'all.
Acknowledge me.
You are acknowledged, kind sir. Salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history. You guys are also acknowledged. Make sure you guys wipe them feet. You already know what all our brothers say. Pay them bar tabs, break them thumbs, like the thumb, all that good stuff, man. We appreciate every single one of you guys for being here as always. We see a lot of Green Dot Gang in the building, man. If you guys want to become members of both channels, we both have memberships. Hit the links. They're pinned up top. They definitely help us keep the lights on over here at Shieldmore. My brother, how you feeling right now, man?
Good, man. To be quite honest, because I didn't really get to tell you when we were talking before, I definitely have about 7 shots of Woodson whiskey in me at the moment. Just, yeah. I probably should have told you before we went live. I'm good. I promise you.
Yes.
But the disclaimer is out there. I've had about 7 shots of Woodson whiskey, probably within the last hour and a half or so. So, yeah. We had some fun today, y'all.
Drunk Hammer is in full effect, and salute to our proud sponsors. The perfect time, because I got the hat on. Salute to our family over at Woodson Whiskey. You guys go over to woodsonwhiskey.com, order you some bottles. Tell them Graphk sent you. Tell them Hammer sent you. Tell them Shieldmore sent you. I love what Ann said. Hammer is hammered. Oh, yeah. Salute. So, you guys, some stuff happened last night. It was kind of like an under the radar move. Jacksonville broke some news last night on Twitter. I didn't know. I didn't see this ahead of time. It kind of just.
What time did you see it? Because like when we spoke earlier, you were like you had already saw it. But like when I woke up this morning, I had a notification from Pro Football Talk at like 3 something in the morning.
7:27 p.m. yesterday, February 14th. Wow. So what happened was they put this out there on Twitter. We have completed an interview with Champ Kelly for our general manager position. This concludes our virtual interviews. We will begin in-person interviews next week. For those who have no idea what's going on with Champ Kelly, you know, he was our interim general manager in 2023. He's been the assistant general manager since 2022. He's been a, very instrumental part of what we got going on out there in Las Vegas. This guy is a scout at heart, director of pro scouting with the Chicago Bears 2017 to 2021. Also was the assistant director of player personnel out there. Worked for the Broncos from 2010 to 24. Let me scale back. From 2007 to 2014, he was with the Broncos, college scout, assistant coordinator of pro and college scouting, assistant director of pro personnel. This guy has a long track record. I think it is time for this guy to finally end up with a general manager spot. I just hope that, Jacksonville is taking this very serious, and this isn't one of those Rooney Rule type situations. I'm hoping that he will get a real look because this guy loves football, Hammer. And I have to say this again. He was one of the guys when I was at the Shrine Bowl that was completely locked in. I mean, locked in, bro. Like every time I turned around, he was looking at a play. I watched all these other scouts having fun, talking shit with other scouts and other GMs and assistant GMs out there, kind of just using this as a tool to kind of reunite with some former guys, former colleagues. He was locked in.
He's laser focused.
And, I would love to see what this would look like with John Spytek out there with Champ next to him. So, but also that's just me selfishly saying that I want him to remain a Raider. I'm hoping this works out, but just the Jacksonville Jaguars, man, you think it gets nasty in Vegas with our stability, man. This is nasty work down there. We seen what happened this year with, them moving on from Trent Baalke and then moving on from, the whole Robert Salah plane ride situation, and then the Duval, Cohen leaving last second, not answering his phone calls with Tampa Bay.
You say that right now, and this is where, Champ, please stay here, because I would really feel very, very bad for you.
Yeah.
Deal with a creep like that from that presser. Like, bro, please stay in Vegas. Even if you're an assistant GM, that's cool. Please stay here.
Just wait for the next carousel of interviews next year. You know what I'm saying? Look, at this point, man, why go from the WWE to AEW? Literally. You know what I mean? Stay in Vegas, hold down with us, and let's just see what this offseason looks like. And I think, honestly, with Spy Tech, Pete Carroll in the building, Tom Brady in the building, this will help him moving forward to potentially find a better job elsewhere next year. But we shall see. I think we're going to get back to our winning ways. I'm not going to say it's going to be a quick turnaround and we're going to win 13, 14 games, but I do believe we're going to get this train back on the tracks. And I would love for Champ to be a part of that, because once again, scout at Hearthammer. This guy can definitely help us in the draft phase.
Right.
And the guys that were out there with him, I said this on multiple lives. They came up to me, yo, Graphk, good to see you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Watch the show. I said, man, it's good to see you guys out here. Hey, man, we don't even know we got jobs after this. You know what I mean? So, these guys were still out there trying to work through all the chaos that the National Football League is. You know what I mean? It's a chaotic job. And, I got to say big ups to the scouting department for going out there, Senior Bowl, Shrine Bowl, and still doing their jobs, not knowing what lies ahead for their careers moving forward. So, but Champ was out there doing his Dougie Hammer, and I hope that he can stick around for another year.
I feel like right now at this point in time, we have Spy Tech as our GM. And we know that Spy Tech has been incredibly respected throughout the league, the things that he has done in his years being in the league. He's been in the league for about, 18, 19 years.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like 2006 he started in the NFL.
He's been around for many moons.
I look at Champ as well, and like you just said, in terms of him being out there scouting at what was the Senior Bowl?
Shrine Bowl.
I'm sorry. How he was laser focused. You want to have minds like that collectively with one organization.
Yeah.
That's where the success is going to start. It's going to start from those guys that have those visions, that have the eye for talent, the eye for guys that we can bring in into this organization, whether it being kids that are coming out of college, guys that are in free agency right now. I'd much rather have them work together for the time being. Again, please, Champ, do not go to Jacksonville.
Yeah, man. And once again,
if another team wants to give that opportunity after this coming season and you think it's best for you, then cool. Please don't go to Jacksonville. I'm begging you. Please.
And it's the thing. At some point, he wants to become the decision maker, right? He can go out here and do all the homework on these players, bring it back to the regime and say, hey, this is what we should do. But at the end, he's not the end all be all. And I understand that at some point he wants to build a team in his, the way he sees fit, right? And I understand that completely. But I do believe, just like our brother said, I think working with this staff will only give him more options next offseason. I got to say salute to him for bringing in Jack when he took the interim job. When Zeke was let go, there was some mid-season moves that he made that definitely help us kind of win a few games out there. And Jack was definitely a big part of, that defense that became a top 5, top 10 defense there at the last stretch of the season in 2023. So, hey, I would love to see him stick around, but I also understand this is a business and you don't always get these type of opportunities. But once again, I hope that this is a real interview and it's not just, I've not kept up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't know what they got going on in terms of how many GMs they've interviewed. I just hope this is
I haven't heard anybody until I saw this when I woke up this morning. I woke up at like 5 something this morning and saw a notification. I'm like laying there. I'm like, you know what? I probably should put this out on IG. I should put this out on X and then we'll follow up with it later on today. But I have not seen any other names affiliated in terms of interviewing for the Jacksonville Jaguars vacant GM position at this time. This is the first time I'm hearing anybody being interviewed for it.
I think there was another one the other day, and it was a OG that also came. I'm gonna look this up real quick. Thus far, okay, so interview Packers GM candidate, which I met at the Shrine Bowl.
Okay.
John Eric Sullivan, another guy that was tied to the Raiders here, weeks prior, right? So Ian Cunningham officially interviews for the Jaguars GM job. Also, there was another name. I mean, let me look this up. I'm going to go to NBC Sports real quick. So John Eric Sullivan, Ian Cunningham, Chad Alexander, John Robinson, Brandon Brown, Terrence Gray, Trey Brown, James Gladstone, and Josh Williams. And now you add Champ to the mix. So they've interviewed a lot.
It's so weird.
It's been quiet, right? It's the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Because like I said, like I have not heard anything publicized. I haven't seen anything publicized. This is, I guess, when one of ours gets put in the middle of it, then we're going to hear about it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I haven't seen shit.
And L11, that's who I was talking about. John Robinson was the name because I know that what's her name? What's Shorty that be doing the reporting stuff for the NFL?
Is that Rossini?
Huh?
Rossini? Diana
No,
Rossini?
not Rossini. I'm drawing a blank right now. I didn't have any sleep because my son has had this massive toothache and I've been cooked for like the last 24 hours. I'll see Cena
Anderson?
There you go. Yes. She mentioned that there was a name that she didn't want to say until it was brought out. And I think it was him. It was Robinson. It was Josina Anderson. That's who it was. So there you have it. Salute to Hug, man. Yo, my brothers, day 29 on that gym grind. Weighed in today, 10 pounds down, man. There you go, my brother. Lost a whole baby in under 30 days. Let's go. Sorry for being an absent my father. Hey, man, health is wealth, and health comes first, brother. Hey, you can miss a month full of shows if you're out there doing your thing and doing what you're supposed to do, brother. Hey, us having you here is just a luxury, bro. Like, we appreciate you, but we also know real life, comes first, man. So salute to you on your path of getting healthy and getting right, man. Love it.
Everybody has mentioned that. I was dealing with a bad tooth last year. It was like another wisdom that was coming in. Clove oil, bro. Clove oil.
Clove oil?
Shit up. Go get it if you can today.
Yeah.
Yeah. That shit is going to work wonders, bro.
Clove oil, because, bro, his whole filling just fell out the back of his tooth. Literally. Bag, you hear that? I'm going to remind her. Salute to everybody here in the building. Yeah, Victor, we just went over that list. Like I said, it was kind of like under the radar, quiet as hell. You know what I mean? But, hey, they're doing their due diligence out there, even though they're the last team, I believe, right now without a general manager, right?
Does the Saints have one?
Yeah, the Saints. The reason why a lot of guys didn't want to go down there was because they wouldn't part ways with their general manager. So their GM is still intact. Mickey is still down there doing his thing and destroying the salary cap year after year, man. Salute to him, man, going out there and just absolutely destroying the New Orleans Saints.
Shout out to Kellen Moore for being that dumbass, bro.
Hey.
Respect.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Yeah, he definitely did. I understand that you want to be a head coach. That was not the right opportunity to take, man. That was the last one on the board, and they had nobody else, no candidates. It's like, look, I would have went back to Philadelphia and ran it back for another year. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way in hell I take that New Orleans job with DC's contract, with Olave down there getting beat up now, and there's a lot of chaos. That defense getting older. There's no way in hell I take that damn job.
You see how Kellen Moore was very mum on talking about Carr too.
well, you know what? He said some interesting things about him. I talked about it on Coffee and Convo the other day, that he's a premier player in the NFL, that he's excited to see him. He's a starter in this league, so we'll see. But I still have a feeling that DC is going to get cut. I think they move on from him and they try to, it's a major salary cap hit to them, but I think he's gone post June 1st. What happened? What you want to laugh about, man?
With him. Maybe he ends up with the Giants. Maybe he ends up with the Jets, because the Jets are now looking for a quarterback. And they were all hyped for Derek Carr the weekend we were at the Pro Bowl. And I'm telling people, look, he's not going to the Jets. How do you know?
I got to say this, though. You know what? DC, one thing about DC, right? A lot of people think I hate him. and I'm not going to say any names. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. But one of our subscribers who supports us hit me up the other day. He was doing some work at his house in Fresno. I'm not going to say what it was. It could be paint, it could be electrical, it could be whatever. But raided out, bro. The whole house raided out. Like just completely silver and black, no remnants of Saint stuff. It was just completely raided out. So he's still a Raider at heart. You know what I mean? I give that to DC. I love him to death. You know what I mean? And I respect him to the highest of highest, but I just do not want to play that again. Just no. So Casey, you see Carroll draft a running back, put with AOC and good defense. Well, this is what I wanted to bring up to you, Ham. I don't know if you've seen it, but I've seen a ton of people putting it on Instagram. I tried to find an interview or some type of article or something on Twitter where Vic actually put it out there. Salute to Vic Tabor. I just hit him up. Planning on doing a show with Vic here soon. He had to reach out to his company and make sure that it was cool to step outside what they got going on. But me and him were talking the other day about potentially doing a live stream. So stay tuned for that. Not making any promises, but we definitely chopped it up. He was like, let me reach out to the people and see if it's good. So we shall see. You know, writers and you know, they have to make sure that their companies are good, with outside of their businesses and stuff like that. So I tried to find some stuff. I couldn't find it. I looked everywhere, but there was a bunch of people talking about Vic saying that, you know, Aidan will remain, you know, a Raider, which he's on a rookie deal, right? You don't really have to just move on from Aidan. I think at this point, I don't know if Carter Bradley's going to be even on the practice squad. I think that Desmond Ritter's gone, you know what I mean? But Aidan looks like he's going to remain. Minshew is gone, which you're not really breaking any ground with that. I think we can all agree that we knew Minshew was out of here, right? That relationship is broken. Last year, the fan base, him, the connection, the Luke Getsy experience, I think that kind of destroyed the whole Gardner Minshew idea moving forward. So he said that, but he also stated, you know, that Sam Darnold is a realistic option for us. And everybody's saying this right now. Everybody, Albert Breer. I mean, there's a list of people out there. I see Vinny B put up an article on the Journal talking about Sam Darnold being a realistic option here. I mean, how are you feeling about this quarterback room right now? Let's just say it starts with Sam Darnold and Aidan O'Connell. Aidan sticks around. We go get a rookie, which we will, whether it's a Jackson Dart or a Shador, whoever it is, right? How do you feel about that room with Aidan and Sam Darnold? And I got a list. I know you've seen it on IG, all those. What do you think about this? 1 to 10, 1 to 10. I don't know if you've seen those lists that I put up. I'm going to bring these up, and I want your opinion on this, okay? We're going to get the chat involved as well. But what do you think about that?
So I spoke to somebody the other day inside the building, and there's two names right now that are very, very closely associated to us, guys that we have on our radar right now. Sam Darnold is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
The other is Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
So, honest to God, I would take either or. But when it comes to Stafford, what is it going to cost us? Because I've talked about Stafford before. I've given him a lot of high praise. This is a quarterback throughout his career. Look, he played for Detroit. That's cool. I've had the utmost respect for him because of his numbers, his consistency on a season-to-season basis. I know you threw out not too long ago. He's only been a Pro Bowler twice.
Yeah,
which blew my fucking mind.
Yeah, think about it. Sam Darnold has one less Pro Bowl, and I know the Pro Bowl is bullshit now. But when he got those 2 Pro Bowls, honestly, the Pro Bowl kind of
legit. Pretty much, that's the best way to put it because this new format of the Pro Bowl, it's more of a fan-friendly thing.
Yeah.
But to me, it ain't shit anymore.
Yeah.
I would much rather have Stafford, especially knowing that he kind of talked about retirement this past season. Mm-hmm. I'd much rather have a guy that we could have here for potentially a year. Get our quarterback. Yeah. Get our quarterback of the future. Let him develop behind Stafford, and we take it from there. I have nothing against Darnold. Darnold, yes, a very great year, 14-3.
Yeah.
Career highs in every category you could imagine.
Pro Bowl year.
Do I like the idea of him working with our new offensive coordinator and Chip Kelly? Yes. But
with a Will Howard behind him? I would like that.
A guy that's been a lot more consistent throughout his career in Matthew Stafford, I'd probably take Stafford over Darnold.
And it looks like that relationship is broken down there in LA. What
What did his wife put out? I have not seen it. I haven't.
It's not. Let me say this: it wasn't brutal. It wasn't anything that where she was disrespecting the organization. And apparently, I'm not a Rams fan, so I don't know. But they said that this has happened a lot with her, with little posts and little stuff like that. But they put something out. She put something out there like our future is blurry or something like that with a picture with her and Matthew Stafford. So I mean, but honestly, it ain't nothing that's not true. I mean, right now, is he going to remain around? Look, he came out the other day and stated, I still want to play football. You know, I feel good. My health is intact. I'm ready to run it. But does McVay want to run it? He's going to move on from Cooper Kupp, try to get that contract off the books. There's a few other guys that they're potentially going to look at as cap casualties. McVay has done a great job of pivoting and finding ways to still stay competitive while moving on from great, phenomenal players like Aaron Donald, the Jalen Ramseys of the world, and so on and so forth. Right?
Rebuilding right now. Realistically, like especially look, Kupp, they want to get off the books.
Mm-hmm.
Stafford is a very up in the air situation right now.
Yeah.
You look at them in rebuild mode right now.
The Rams?
Yeah.
With McVay, I never think you're in rebuild mode. I just think you're in retool mode. Nobody's seen the Rams doing what they did this year. You know what I'm saying? Like,
especially, and I've thought about this as well. In terms of Nakua went down, Kupp went down.
Yeah.
They were struggling in the early part of the season.
Got that ground game going.
And all of a sudden getting the wild card. Like
the line was phenomenal with Verse and those guys out there.
That was the strongest team to come out of the NFC West. I don't think anybody would have saw that coming going into last season.
Especially the beginning of this season where they were kind of stacking up some L's. So
rights.
I seen
it looked like they were dead to rights.
I've seen a report too. I don't know how true this is, but it sounds like Matthew Stafford's brother-in-law was hired with the Giants at some capacity. I need to look this up, but there's a lot of rumors of the Giants potentially wanting to bring him in for a year or two and go still draft a young guy like a Jackson Dart, which I'm hearing that they're high on.
I doubt they will, and this has been an ongoing thing that I've heard during New York sports media for quite some time over these last few months. Like a lot of people are on this kick that they feel like they might not even look at a quarterback. And this makes perfect sense now that you're mentioning Stafford. You can see Stafford go there, and then they attempt to either tank this season. There's still no guarantee in this shit, but a lot of people are on this kick that the New York Football Giants are going to attempt to try to get Arch Manning.
I can see that, but the one thing is Stafford's going to die behind that offensive line out there.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I don't know why he'd want to go from the Rams to there. And I got to say this about Sam Darnold. The one thing you guys that he had out there, not even one thing. Let me give you three things, okay, that we don't have. We look. I love Chip Kelly, but he has to show us that he can do it this time around in the NFL, right? So, but they have a Kevin O'Connell, they have a Justin Jefferson, they have a Jordan Addison, they have a ton of weapons out there in Minnesota that helped make Sam Darnold look the way he looked this past season. He's only 27 years old. Trust and believe that there's still a lot of potential there. The thing is this. If you're gonna sign him though, and you want him cheaper than that 30-40 range, you may have to you might have to bring him in for a 3-year deal. You can't bring him in on a 1 year, $30-40 million deal. If you want him cheaper, you may have to say, hey, we're not the Minnesota Vikings. We don't have a JJ McCarthy behind you. We don't have this, but we can offer you 3 years, right?
3 years, $90 million, and put that little language inside the contract where we can get out of it after year one. But what you just said in terms of Chip Kelly, now this was a conversation we had before, just as the announcement came out that Chip Kelly was a new offensive coordinator. Look, he's an offensive coordinator now. He's not a head coach.
Yeah,
he's not going to be that dude with Spy Tech, with Brady, trying to make football decisions for the organization, completely depleting great weapons that we have on offense right now. So I think this time around in the NFL for Chip Kelly as the offensive coordinator, it's not going to be what it was like with him as a head coach in the league.
Talk that shit, but I'm still expecting Will Howard. I'm telling you, mid-round pick. I can still see that them reunite out there. That Buckeyes, national title run. Salute to KC though, and I definitely see them drafting 2 running backs in this year's draft, not just 1, 2. Look, we love Sincere. We love Dylan Lowby. Let me say we love the potential of Dylan Lowby.
You love Sincere, the official agent of Sincere McCormick.
You know what? Let me say I love Sincere and I love Dylan Lowby, and expect them to have good, even potentially great careers moving forward. But the thing is this, these guys want to compete now. They understand this is a deep class. And I think at this point, they understand you have to take 2 in this year's class. I don't care if you take one early in the second and then take one in the 4th or 5th. Double dip. I would not be mad to go get a Trayvon Henderson and then go get a Devin Neal out of Kansas. I would love that duo. And we're going to go over a list of some of these guys. Go get a Marion Hampton and get a Ollie Gordon, that big 6'1" type running back out of Oklahoma State. Double dip in this draft. Bring in 2 guys.
I just want to check something right now that you're mentioning Sam Darnold, and somebody just asked a really, really good question in terms of what type of quarterback is Chip Kelly looking for? The one thing I want to look at, because we know what Chip Kelly offensive scheme is, how did Darnold do on the ground? 212 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so guys are somewhat mobile. Again, with that system, and we've seen him work with various quarterbacks that aren't necessarily the most mobile quarterbacks. It's really hard to tell right now. I'm still under the belief, draft-wise, yeah, you're going to look for that dual threat. Yeah, maybe your eyes are strictly on Shador or Cam right now. Darnold could fit here because he's a guy that can run when he needs to run.
Yeah. And I'm going to put this out there real quick as well. I'm looking, boom. I wanted to look at, I know we talked about this previously, but I'm going to bring this back up as well. Rushing yards. Will Howard can run the football as well. So he's a dual threat quarterback. I'm not saying he's Lamar Jackson. He's not one of those type of guys, but he had 226 yards on the ground this past year, Ohio State. Also, at one year in 2020 at KU or Kansas State University, had 364 on the ground and 3 touchdowns. But he also had 7 on the ground this last year with Ohio State. So he does have that dual threat ability if you want to go look at Will Howard and potentially reunite him with Chip Kelly. Salute to Mr. Gio. Remember when Pete Carroll pranked the USC team, had a fake Lindale White fall off the roof? Pete is crazy. Raiders. Salute to my guy, Gio. I don't remember that. I have to look that up, bro. I have to look that up. I do not remember that. Salute to the Mokes. Knowing our luck, if we got Sam Darnold, he'd be out there playing like Jamarcus Minshew, AOC MVP.
Oh, my God, the Mokes. You know what? I'm just going to put it out there because I know with this comment, Graphk needs a good laugh, but salute to the Mokes on the $5.
Squala, city of squala.
Yo, the Mokes. Hey, brother, breaking news. Aidan O'Connell will not be our starting quarterback in 2025. It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry. I do not believe that Chip Kelly left Ohio State. Tom Brady says we're going to do all this stuff at the quarterback position. Pete Carroll comes in and takes the job, and they say Aidan O'Connell is the guy. I don't see it. I'd still be shocked if he was on this roster. Like real talk. Just saying, man. I'm just saying. Look,
he's only getting, what is he getting? A little over.
It's inexpensive as hell, bro. I'm just saying, do you think they run with 3 quarterbacks this year?
No. Especially they threw out the emergency quarterback shit, didn't they?
So, but what I'm saying is this. You going to draft one?
And get one in free agency. He's going to be odd man out come the end of training camp, definitely.
So where does Aidan go? And I would like to keep Aidan and let Tom, maybe help develop him behind the scenes. That's great. I would love that, but I just don't see the fit moving forward. And I don't see him in Chip Kelly's system at all.
No, absolutely. And that's the most concerning thing right now when it comes to O'Connell. And I joke about this, but it's not a joke. It's a fact of life. Dude runs, he looks like he has cinder block on his feet. Chip Kelly's offensive scheme, there's no way in hell he would thrive in this offense.
No.
Sorry, not sorry.
I don't see it. Salute to Robert. You already know, man. The steroid of Mount Shillmore. I think we bring in a veteran quarterback. Rodgers or Stafford. Dead one. Sanders or Howard or then one. I think that's what you meant. I think Henderson. Lots of defensive free agents. Return of the max. Salute to Robert. Appreciate you for the $5 holla, bro. Salute to Hug. We'll talk about it. Best fit free agent quarterback in the Chip Kelly system.
I've said that, and people have shot that down. You and I talked about Rodgers the other day, and you're like, he ain't taking a league vet minimum. Like, why the fuck wouldn't you? You're owed how much this year? Like $38 million, something like that?
Yeah.
We only have to pay $1 million, and you still got 38 coming from the Jets. What the fuck?
the thing is this. It's difficult to look at this, right? Because you look at it from the standpoint of it's believable that Justin Fields, I mean, the Ohio State connection, he can look really great in that Chip Kelly scheme, but also does he fit what Tom Brady was saying that he looks for in a quarterback? 6'3", 227 prototype, right? But also, what does Tom Brady preach? I don't know if you've seen it, that interview we talked about the Kansas City Chiefs when he played them in the Super Bowl. He knew what they were doing before they did it. He diagnosed every play, the defense even, like he knows what he's looking at before it even happens. That's not Justin Fields' game, bro. There's a few knocks to his game. He doesn't know how to read a defense and accuracy issues, right? Like he can't really throw the football. Like he has a powerful arm and he can run the football like crazy, but it's just two different philosophies to me. With Tom Brady and Chip Kelly, you're kind of like pick your poison. Who gets what they want?
It's been said a bunch of times in terms of Justin Fields. Like, look,
salute to her.
Reason, cool, you went 4-2, but there's a reason that he got benched for Russell Wilson. So I honestly think at this point, maybe Justin Fields is a guy that we can talk about, but Justin Fields is a guy that's probably down the line of list of quarterbacks that we're potentially looking at via free agency. Yeah,
definitely. And if not, maybe he goes back to Pittsburgh. There's a few other jobs I can see him getting. There was a lot of thoughts about him going to Atlanta. Maybe he goes down there and battles it out with Michael Penix Jr. Kirk Cousins will be cut here soon. There's going to be a few places that he can look. Now, there's only a few spots where he can go to potentially be a starter, and we're definitely one of them. And I am not paying Mac nowhere near $20 million. If I'm going to pay $20 million or even anywhere near that, I would rather go out and get a Josh Sweat. One of those guys. Or pay Malcolm, and you could pay him less because he's coming off that injury. I'm not paying
3 years. $45 million, 30 to 32 million guaranteed. Put him opposite side of Max. I'm here for it.
Wait. You said 3 years, what?
45.
So that is 15, somewhere around $15 million a year.
His annual average, his market value is 15.
He'll probably get more. Coming off of a Super Bowl, he'll probably get 20. I give him 3 for 60. You mean 360?
Average annual then between 18 to 20 million a year. And
I'd give Josh Sweat the 360 deal. I would rather have Malcolm Kuntz come back on the feet.
360, 48 to 50 mil guaranteed.
I'm cool with that. He's still young. He's coming off a very productive year, and look what he looked like in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
I'm definitely with that. And then Dance's 15 mil with no state tax, which that definitely adds up, right? You know, the PA state tax is definitely different than Nevada for sure. So it's going to be interesting, and I'm not, look, I love Mac. I would love him to come home and retire, but I'm bringing him as a rotational guy. I'm not paying him starter money to be a starter at this point in his career. He had a down year last year compared to the year prior. He went from 17 sacks, I believe, like 6.5. He had a down year out there. I believe if he comes back, he'll go to the Chargers. I think he's just going to go one more year.
Willing to give Kuntz, bro, because his fucking market value is
20
prices.
Yeah, it's 20. Look, I'm looking at Kuntz, and depending on where he is, we got to see where he is with that injury, right? You know, I'm looking anywhere from that 10 to 12 range, 10 to 12 range per. Sign him to a 2-year deal, 24, 25 million.
I'm with it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And make that second year a team option just in case he's not, you know. I'd rather pay Kuntz and Chason to come back than pay a big time, you know, a so-called premier pass rusher like a Josh Sweat. I'd rather pay both those guys.
Are we going to have Spillane back here?
I believe so. With Graham back, with Rob Leonard in the fold, you know, a lot of our defensive guys back, you know, in terms of coaching staff, I do believe that they're going to go out there and hope that Big Bob comes back. But I'm going to say this, Bobby Wagner, like he's another veteran guy that Pete Carroll's very familiar with. And what is he big on? Culture. Lane is a culture setter too. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting to see.
I would love to have Bobby Wagner here as well. There's already a linebacker on our depth chart right now that it just seems that nobody seems to talk about. And this dude, I can see him starting for us effectively this coming season.
Tommy Eichenberg?
Amari Gaynor.
Ooh, Ferrari. They didn't give him a lot of chances, you know, this last season. We're all excited that he made the roster. And, bro, when you see him in person, this dude is a physical specimen, dog. You know how Stu is 6'4". Stu, we were on the sideline. Stu said, yo, what the fuck, bro? like that's some scary shit. You know what I mean? But I would love to see Gainer get some reps. Bernie started to show some signs of life as well. Mari Bernie started to show some signs. Six rounder out of Florida. Yes. And then Tommy Eichenberg was just really kind of a special teams guy for us last year. We got a few reps. But hey, baby,
I still can't get over Stu, because I remember like the first time I met Stu when we were in Vegas. I swore to God I thought he was shorter.
Oh yeah, no.
I was like, what the fuck? Like, what? Okay, my bad.
Now imagine when he had his kneecap still before he smoked them away. Yo, salute to the most. Let AOC turn on the turbos on the Crocs and you will see. Trust. Ain't no way in hell, the most.
I love you, bro, but you are too much sometimes.
The most. Oh my God. But yeah, man. One thing I think about Spillane is I do believe that he'll get the push to come back. I think that, Max is going to go to bat for him. They're preaching continuity. You can't let both guys walk. Divine Diablo's gone. You got to let him go, right? Don't let both of them leave. Spill's not going to cost a shit ton of money. I don't know if you've seen it. His wife is pregnant, has another baby on the way. I don't believe that they're going to want to relocate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Just have this.
Hey, but a lot of people go back to back with it. You know what I'm saying? So
Irish twins, bro. Congratulations to Spillane, man.
Yeah. So I think he actually announced it on Uncle Hondo's show. You know what I'm saying? So, but what I'm saying is this: I think that he's going to get a fair deal in Las Vegas. He's going to want to remain there. He's not going to want to relocate with another baby on the way. And I think that he loves being a Raider. He's a culture setter. And I think that he's one of those type of guys that Pete Carroll was preaching at the introductory presser that you need to keep around. He's a Pro Bowl Raider, not this year, but last year. And he could have been one this year, to be honest. But you got to keep those kind of players around. I think that Spill will remain. I think Divine Diablo will be gone. And you could potentially bring in another veteran in free agency. Go draft another one. But
Gerald, I'm saying no to Myles Garrett, bro. I'm sorry, but no. There was something that just came out the other day. Who's to say that the Browns don't try to fucking fleece a team and dump fucking Deshaun Watson too? Nah, I'm good. I'm not going that route.
Well, something came out the other day too that Myles said that he wouldn't want to go to the Titans. He wouldn't want to go to a team that's already in the basement in the NFL. He wants to go to a winning product already. So I don't know. Well, we shall see. I don't know if Cleveland's even going to budge. Like, to be real, maybe they hold on to him closer to the draft and they could finesse one of those teams. But I don't really. Yeah. I mean, if he's out there next year and he's already said that he doesn't want to be there, that's going to be a total distraction. That's going to be some Brown shit. Like, for real, like some regular ass Brown shit. Salute to Robert, man. Hufanga and Bosa expected no. Well, Hufanga, look, I'm a big fan of him, but I think our safety room, you just bring back Merrick, you let Trey Taylor get some reps, bring Palomal back. I like our safety group. Bosa is a no, bro. There's no way. This man is injured year in and year out. There's no reason to go look at an aging edge rusher when he can barely stay on the football field. So I want nothing to do with the likes of a Joey Bosa.
And that, Joseph, that's exactly why I'm saying no to Myles Garrett, because he's on the tail end of this contract right now. Nope. I'm not fucking having a defensive line worth $100 million. No.
I thought that Bosa had one more year left on his deal, though.
I'm talking about Garrett. Bosa, I don't give.
Yeah, he has one more year on his deal. So he'll be a free agent in 2026.
I can't stand his ass anyways. Fuck that.
Yeah. No, I don't want anything to do with Joey, but I'm just stating he has one more year, Rob, on his deal. He won't be a free agent until 2026. So salute to you on a $2 special. Salute to Mosa. He says Darnold equals Garoppolo and Minshew all over again. Well, the difference in this situation is, Mosa, this guy's coming off. Well, you know what? I mean, Gardner Minshew was technically coming off of a Pro Bowl year, I believe, right? But I'll say this. This is a different situation. It's a total different situation. You're going from, Josh McDaniels, right? A guy that struggled in Las Vegas his whole tenure there, and a Luke Getsy, who was a terrible play caller, to a guy in Chip Kelly coming off of national championship, who I think is one of the most innovative minds out there in terms of just calling the O. You know what I mean? I think it's a different situation. I think if they bring in Sam Darnold, I will trust Chip Kelly to get the best out of him. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's the playoffs. I don't know if that's just an 8-9 season, 9-8 season. I don't know what that looks like. But I would expect if Sam Darnold is in the silver and black this year, for Chip Kelly to unlock at least the best out of him, like similar to a Kevin O'Connell type situation. But go get him a number one wide receiver. I know we got Brock Bowers, and everybody's going to say that. Jacoby's a great number 2. But if you're going to bring in Sam Darnold, you got to go out there and get you a number 1 wide receiver, little bro. You have to.
Rob just asked Metcalf or Diggs. I'm taking Metcalf.
Oh, come on, man. That's easy.
It's crazy because now all of a sudden, we have been talking about it for quite some time. All of a sudden, all the media outlets decide to want to fucking have their little stories on this shit. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
For the DK?
Like, stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Well, let me say this. I think he has one more year. This is his last. Is it one more year left on his deal?
It's not a rookie deal, is it? No.
He would need a new deal. He's still young. He's like 27 years old. You know what I mean? Did he have a down year last year? Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, Geno had a down year. But he's now their number 2 option out there. You know what I mean? DK. So I would love to bring him in. If it cost us that Devontae third, if that's all it cost, shit, I would you give a second for DK Metcalf and give him a new deal?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, look, that's interesting. I mean, I wouldn't go any lower than that. You know what I mean? Like at the bare minimum, maybe you trade back. That'd be interesting. Use that early second, trade back into the later second, and then trade that and go get DK Metcalf.
Why not?
Be kind of interesting. Salute to DB.
I'm going to first for him. But
one of these teams might get desperate, little bro. The Chargers might get desperate. You know what I mean? The Buffalo Bills may get desperate. One of these teams may want to go out there and get a proven guy because they've been lacking in that department with a clear number 1 guy.
Chargers are going to be the team one of those teams that's going to be trying to fight for T. Higgins. If not T. Higgins, you're going to see them try to go for somebody like Stephon Diggs, like who's the other one that's a fucking free agent right now?
Chris Godwin.
Yes, I don't even think. Actually, no, I'm going to say it. They may even try to take the flyer on Amari Cooper.
They may bring Keenan Allen back home.
Yeah.
You never know, but we shall see. Salute to DB. Salute stopping by to support, but YouTube needs to accept EBT after Valentine's. Pockets is broke. Future was right when he's saying Valentine's is the worst day. We got way too many to please. Raiders!
Dudes in the chat right now, salute to each and every single one of y'all. Yo, just let your ladies know. Yo, they had their day yesterday, right? We got March 14th. We got Steak and BJ Day. Y'all better fucking put that shit out to them and put it out to them right now, y'all. March 14th, Steak and BJ Day. Put it out there for your ladies.
Yeah, me and my wife sat in the bed and watched TV all day and ate. What did we have last night? We ate some bullshit. Like, look, when you get to this stage in your life and you have kids that are damn near teenagers, you look at Valentine's Day as a regular ass day. You know what I'm saying? But we will be going out this weekend to a nice steak dinner and stuff like that.
No, highlight bourbon in the chat, bro.
Real quick. I will. Real fast. Salute to Hug, my brother gifting 10 OLV Raiders Network memberships. Salute to the GOAT himself, my dog. Salute to all the new Green Dot Gang in the building. Because of Hug, if you guys want to become members of our channels, hit the links that are pinned up top. It definitely helps us keep the lights on. Hug, my brother, love you. Appreciate you so much. And salute to all the new Green Dot Gang in the building. Salute. Just saw a story today that said T. Higgins is now following multiple. I mean, come on, bro. I mean, he should be. But, bro, this is the new way of going about things. I just watched De'Aaron Fox unfollowed Sabonis and then say, we weren't even that close. We were just teammates. And there's pictures of them hugging all over the place. Look, this is what happens when you're in negotiations. You're trying to move on. You get emotional. You start doing weird shit like this. This is the new age stuff. It's the new age stuff, right? I've seen this happen multiple times. I mean, Shador follows Raiders and so on. Like, and then we start losing. Then we start winning a few games, and Shador kind of gets a little away from the whole Raiders. You know what I mean? It happens. This is him putting pressure on Cincinnati. Once again, they're moving players. They got rid of their linebacker, cut him. I think they saved I forgot what it was, like $13 million towards the cap or something along those lines. Mm-hmm. Don't hold me on that. I could be totally off. But he's not getting what he wants from Cincinnati. He wants to remain there with Burrow and Jamar Chase. So guess what he's going to do? He's going to go online because fans are going to go on Instagram and investigate all this goofy shit, right? And boom, it makes sense. They're one of the teams that have a nice sized amount of money in salary cap. They have a clear-cut number one option out there at the wide receiver position that they need to fill. Makes all the sense in the world. But once again, don't be shocked if he starts following all the damn New England Patriots. They have the most money in the NFL, like over $120 million or something like that, 130 or some shit. So it happens. It happens. You know what I mean? But
I don't know. Like, yeah, Vrabel's there as a head coach now, but I'm questioning, like, you really think that's going to be a destination for him? Does he believe that would be a good destination for him? It pains me to say this as we're having this conversation. You look at our rival in the Los Angeles Chargers. You look at who they have at their quarterback. The dude is a veteran. Still not a top 10 in my opinion. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Fight me on that shit.
Wait. Who?
Herbert.
Oh, okay.
But
Agreed.
the pieces are in place there. Yes, they made it to the playoffs. They made it in the wild card. They did get smoked. But yeah, they're a team that needs a number one receiver. I feel that would be a more intriguing destination for T. Higgins over going to New England.
Okay. And New England can go get McMillan. They can do a shocker there in the first round to go get big body Arizona, a wide receiver there. But I do believe they probably go. I'll say this: if Trav is available there, they'll probably go that route, or they go get Will Campbell because they got to protect Drake May. They have to protect.
I think they're going to go either Will Johnson or Kelvin Banks with that first pick in the first round.
Ooh, New England?
Yes.
Will Johnson.
To protect Drake May, I think they're going the route of a tackle with their first round pick. I do.
Kelvin Banks that early. Okay. I'm not mad at that. I still think Will Campbell will go before him, but I know you're a Texas Longhorn guy. And
either or. I think for New England, it makes sense to lock that in just to protect Drake May. I think it's going to be either one. I think it's going to be either Campbell or Kelvin Banks that they're going to draft with that fourth overall pick.
Okay. Now, I want to play a game with you guys here, right? And you guys can read the comments in the comments section. You guys are going to be laughing your asses off. We're going to play a game here. I need everybody in the building on a scale from 1 to 10, okay? This is just me putting a gumbo pot of players together and saying, what do you think about this offense in 2025? Okay. Once again, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but all this stuff is realistic here. Okay. And Lil Bro, I need your opinion first and foremost.
Right.
1 to 10. I got about maybe 5 of them. 5 of them, I believe. Salute to Jose said, I don't get tired of this shit. Go live again tomorrow, fam. My dog, I appreciate you. We're going to start here. This is 1 right here. Let me see. Make sure it's the right one so I don't get on no. Hold on. Okay, boom. This is okay. Got you. Let me go.
You said trade and free agency aside, Metcalf for Higgins. Fuck.
I'm going Metcalf.
I'm going Metcalf too. Again, big body. Dude's a fucking specimen.
Durable. And Pete Carroll drafted him.
I'm going Metcalf.
If you give him a 3rd round pick for him, I'm cool with that. All right, here we go. We're going to start right here. What would you feel about this offense right here? DK Metcalf, wide receiver 1 on the boundary. Got Aaron Rodgers there, the veteran, Mr. Toxicity himself at the quarterback position. You got Jacoby, Brock Bowers, Michael Mayer, and then you have a Ashton Jeanty who you take at 6 right there. He's off the board early. We take him with our first pick. Now, potentially, you can move back from 6 a few spots. Let's just say somebody's available there and somebody wants to move up. Let's say you move back to 9 or 10 or whatever, and Jeanty's still available. Whatever. It doesn't have to be 6. But you get Jeanty, and then you get Devin Neal, the young stud out of Kansas, as your running back 2. And then you still got Sincere. You still got Dylan on that roster as well. What do you think about this roster, you guys? Scale of 1 to 10. How do you rate this offense? Well, Hammer doesn't want anything to do with it. And I'm assuming –
No.
Oh, okay.
That's fucking insane.
Okay.
Like, I hate giving predictions. I wait until 4 weeks in. I've been doing this shit for 3 years now. This could be a fucking team, especially if our offensive line is fucking fixed, especially on the interior, and Aaron Rodgers can stay healthy. You're looking at like an 11-6, 12-5 team.
I can see it. You add Metcalf, you add GT, a generational type running back, Devin Neal, another under the radar type running back going into this draft. That is an explosive offense right there. It's all dependent on what Aaron Rodgers has left in the tank. Simple.
But the thing is, looking at this, there's one person that's not in that picture right now.
Trey Tucker.
At this point in time, we know wherever Rodgers goes, fucking tail is going to follow him, and that's Devontae Adams.
Or Devontae can go follow his guy Derek Carr somewhere else. You never know. Keep an eye on Pittsburgh. But All right. Let's get to the next one. All right. Boom. Number 2. We got Stafford at quarterback. We got Stephon Diggs. We got the same trio of Jacoby, Michael Mayer, Brock. We got Ollie Gordon out of Oklahoma State. We got Amarion Hampton out of North Carolina. And I'm assuming we take Hampton there in the second round. We get Ollie there probably in the 4th if he's still available.
I don't like Diggs being in Vegas.
I don't either.
We've all seen the issues that he's caused with previous teams, including Houston. I don't want Diggs here. I brought him up a couple of times. Diggs, I do not want in Vegas.
I agree. And I think he's the one that messes up this list. And once again, I put a video out there the other day, you guys, and I got it from a very reputable source who was giving me a lot of information on things that have happened in the past that all have come to fruition. This is a guy that's heavily tied in, and he told me that Diggs is definitely interested in the Raiders and the Patriots. But once again, you look at the salary cap ramifications, you're like, oh, I wonder why Stephon Diggs is very interested in the Raiders and Patriots. But I agree. I don't like this list solely because of Stephon Diggs being on it. Simple and plain. I like that. I love Amarion Hampton. He's one of my favorite running backs. Ollie Gordon had a down year to his standards, but a year prior, he had a phenomenal year. The measurables are there. He could be a great running back 2 for you. Stafford, we know what he can do. I think this would be great. I like the first list over this one.
John B., was he a cancer with the Packers? I don't think so. And I think it was a whole trickle-down effect with the Giants. That coaching staff was not that great. Yeah, they fucking played into his hand of him wanting guys, and they fucking listened.
Yeah.
That's where they went wrong. That's where shit went downhill. I don't look at Rodgers as a cancer necessarily, but Diggs is a hell of a lot worse. Diggs is toxic as fuck. I said it, and I don't care.
On and off the field. Salute to Jason. What's up, fellas? Hope you had a good day. And then he hits us with 5 Raider Nation News memberships.
Thank you, bro.
Brother Jason in the building. We love you, bro. Thank you for pulling up on us. Salute to all the new Green Dot Gang in the building. Once again, if you guys want to become members, hit the link. It's pinned up top on both channels. All right, here we go. So we got this list right here. I'm better off with the first one. Okay. Let me see.
Where did I just see? Jamba, we would have to trade for both of them, so that's not realistic right now.
Right here, we got Justin Fields, Chris Godwin, Spy Tech Godwin connection back in the fold, Tom Brady as well. Jacoby, Michael Mayer, Brock Bowers. We got Trayvon Henderson, the connection with Chip Kelly there, national championship title winners out there in Ohio State. You got Najee Harris is that big body dual threat running back to come in as the veteran guy in free agency. So we don't go 2 running backs in this year's draft. We go 1 and we get a veteran in. Once again, you guys, Najee to me will not be the running back 1 in this situation. He'll be number 2. And yes, he's had over 1,000 yards rushing every year up to this point. He hasn't had a phenomenal career. You know, don't get me wrong. Coming out of Alabama, we thought he was going to be insane at the next level, and it hasn't really panned out. Some really bad O-line play out there. And Najee hasn't been the Najee that we're used to seeing, accustomed to seeing at the collegiate level. But him as the running back 2 behind Trayvon Henderson. How do you rank this one?
I don't like it for the simple fact, and we've talked about this, and you've mentioned this quite often recently. Fields doesn't know how to read a defense. We talked about Godwin when we talked about free agency a couple of days ago on injuries list, and you said that the injuries and lack of durability. No, I'm not with this one at all. Do I like the idea of Najee? Najee, I would absolutely love to have here via free agency if the price is right. And we know. Last year, everybody talked about it. We talked about it, and we said that the running back position is a bit depreciated. Well, those free agent running backs that went to their respective teams, they all did pretty goddamn good and made it to the playoffs, averaging a little over $12 million a year in their contracts. I think that Najee is probably going to be getting something or maybe commanding something around the ballpark of $13.5 to $14 million a year.
Word? That would make him one of the highest paid running backs in the NFL.
I think so.
I think he gets 7 or 8.
Curious to know what his market value is, but like, look,
let me look at it.
It was here. We had a guy that was willing to go 3 for $30. Give me a few incentives.
Okay, so his market value is projected to be 9.1 per season.
So you could lock him in for a 3-year, $27 million deal, throw some incentives in it, give him a guaranteed about 20 to 22 million. I have a feeling he's still going to want more.
They have him at 27.4 over 3 years for 9.1 per season. So, and that would make him the 8th highest paid running back in the NFL. And this is according to Spotrac.
I think that's doable.
Okay. We'll see. All right. Next list. Boom. Got Sam Darnold, the guy that everybody is pinpointing to Vegas right now. We got T. Higgins, which this is going to be a little bit more difficult to do, you guys, because a lot of money allocated to 3 positions here. Sam Darnold, you're actually getting the best. Well, let me say the most expensive quarterback in free agency, the most expensive wide receiver, and then probably, honestly, one of the most expensive running backs in Aaron Jones, which he did some things out there with Minnesota today where they're buying themselves some more time to see if they want to bring that back out there to Minnesota. So I don't know what it was in the contract, but they're working on some things to buy themselves some more time. But what do you think about Sam Darnold, T. Higgins, the trio, Cam Scatterboo, and Aaron Jones?
I don't like it for the simple fact that there's another guy that is already on this roster that's looking for guaranteed money. I'm not fucking around with dumping a shit ton of money into the offense when we still have a whole bunch of other holes around this entire team right now. What is it, 27 to 29 players at free agency?
Yeah, shit ton of them.
No. If I had to choose one out of the 3 right now, it would be Darnold over Higgins and Jones.
Agreed. I agree with you on that. I wouldn't. I'd rather not do the whole Higgins move, which is going to cost you north of $30 million. Aaron Jones is a veteran, but he's still going to get a nice chunk of change. Love Scatterboo, love that fit. I'm not mad about Sam Darnold being a Raider, you guys. It's just the cost. It just depends on where we are in terms of cost and who is going to be the guy that is going to be the one to take his job when we move on from him. That's the big thing in my eyes, is who's going to be the backup to Sam Darnold that we develop behind him if he's the guy. And once again, the price tag. This is going to be too expensive. You're going to lose a shit ton of guys on the defensive side of the ball. You're not going to be able to pay everybody. I think this is the worst list out of all of them because of T. Higgins and Aaron Jones being on the roster on this list as well. So, and I don't think there's any reason to pay a running back in free agency if you don't need to, especially with a deep class of running backs in this specific group. So there you have it. So salute to everybody in the building. Those are the lists right there. Get a few questions in, you guys, before we get out of here. We're just about to hit the hour mark. Salute to everybody here in the building again. Make sure you guys wipe them feet, man. You already know, man. Pay your bar tabs, break them thumbs, all that good stuff that Shieldmore be saying. And also hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. Salute to everybody also watching on Twitter. We're about 1,200 deep in the chat right now. Salute to every one of you guys for spending your Saturday with us. We appreciate every single one of y'all. Salute to Raider War Report. If you haven't checked out Rob Jonah Coleman from Washington, explosive, doesn't fumble, great lateral movement, high yards per catch. Tell me what you think. Or yards per carry. My apologies.
Take a look. Let's take a look at that. I just saw something in the chat. Hold up. Where is that? I fucking hate this shit with the monitors. Urban said, I think Stafford is the most talented QB that will be available this offseason as far as current NFL QBs go. I agree with you, bro.
Jonah had 193 carries. He had 1,000 yards rushing, over 1,000 yards rushing, 10 touchdowns, and average 5.5 a clip. And you know what I like about this is he's from Stockton, California. He's from the 209. He's from home. Bring him in, Raider War Report. Raider rounds, baby. Bring the Husky home. Salute to Stockton. Salute to Modesto. Salute to Tracy. Salute to the 209. You already know I'm a Sacramento resident, so born and raised.
He said, wipe them feet or I'm revoking membership.
Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. Salute. Hey, and you know what's funny, Raider War Report? Think about it. Who did we bring in this offseason in terms of coaching staff? We brought in the Washington Huskies offensive coordinator.
That might work.
Mr. Was it Brennan, right? Brennan Carroll, Pete Carroll's dad.
Yeah,
brought him in brought him in to help on the offensive side of the ball. So there you have it. There's a connection there. Salute to Raider War Report. So that'd be interesting. Maybe he's pounding the table for his guy. That makes sense. So, yep. See, hey, War Report. Hey, man, come on, man. I like that, Dan. This is facts. He says the key to the offense is Chip Kelly. Simple. Yep. Facts. Salute to our brother Big Mike in the building.
What up, bro?
Salute to my guys. Always good to see my brother in the building. Salute to Rick. He says acquire Fields and Trey Smith, draft Mason Graham, Amarion Hampton, Jaden Higgins, and Wyatt Millum. I would also draft Neal and Kobe Bryant in the later rounds. I don't think Kobe's going to be a late round guy. I don't. I really, truly don't.
Wait till the combine.
I don't. I think he's going to be a mid-round guy.
Yep.
Bro, I used to live in the OG Parkway. UA. I lived on the brick side and the apartment side. Come on, man. Bro, both sides. Like I'm real South Sacramento, my brother. I don't think you realize the brick side and the apartment side. If anybody knows about G Parkway, and I'm saying the brick side and the apartment, you know what time it is. Salute to my brother Ray, my brother Sean. We were ripping and running through those streets back in the day in the G. Salute to G Parkway, which they changed to Shining Star and they changed it a million other times, but it's always going to be the G to me.
Twinkle, twinkle.
Salute to Dan. Kobe's gone by the second round. Won't get past the second. I think he won't get past the third.
Damn. Really?
Get past the third. Dan, but I can see a team. I told you before. I was hearing Pittsburgh talking about him a lot at the Shrine Bowl, but I think he'll be a third round pick. Dan. Honestly, I think that'd be, and I love Kobe Bryant. He's one of my favorite corners in this draft, but I think that'd be a reach.
Kobe.
Just because there's going to be so much talent still on the board. You know what I mean? So, interesting. Who was your pick to drop in the draft this year? A la Will Levis. You got a name? Specific name? I got Shador.
Dropping?
Well, not like Will Levis to the second round, but I have him dropping to us at 6. Are you talking about Judo like a guy that's going to drop like completely out of the first round? Because Will Levis was took what in the second round?
Yep.
So let me see. A guy that will fall. That's interesting.
Right now, I can't think of anyone, and I'm still convinced right now that we might have to move up. We talked about this the other day, but I feel like we're still going to have to move up to 1 or 2 if we want Shador.
I like that name, Dougie. Luther Burden, wide receiver out of Missouri. That is a guy that a lot of people had going in the first round. It's kind of cooled down a little bit. His name has kind of not been in circles a lot. You're not really seeing him in these mock drafts and a lot of this draft process talk. I can see that. That is a phenomenal name. Salute to Dougie 6'9" on that. Great call. Facts. Who that, fam? Facts. Burn, that was a great call. Because a lot of people had him as a top 10 pick. So, I don't know. Siobhan, too. Corner, because of the injury. He has top 10 talent, but he could potentially drop into the second round as well because of, he tear his ACL or something? I forgot what the injury was. But he has those prototype corner attributes. He could be one of those guys, bro. Siobhan, was it East Carolina, I believe? Siobhan Revel? This kid, man, is a baller, bro. You got to do your homework on him. 6'3", big body guy. Let me see. Yeah, in 2023, he had a big year for them. But East Carolina Pirates, another name that you may see drop to the second round because of the injury. Eric says, who do you like more, Ward or Sanders? I'll let you take this because you already know my answer.
1A, 1B. Sanders, Ward.
Okay. Judo says, I think it's Will Campbell because of the arm length talk. Okay. I wouldn't be shocked by that. Because honestly, would you be shocked at this point if Booker goes ahead of him? Because honestly, he's probably, to me, the best guard out of Alabama, the best guard in this draft. And Will Campbell may have to go from left tackle to guard and make that transition.
Do you see Booker going in the first?
I have him going to 10 at Chicago, bro.
Wow.
Real talk. If Chicago, let's just say they don't go the GT route. You know what I mean? Like if they say, no, we need somebody to help protect Caleb because he got killed last year. I got Booker going to Chicago at 10.
Who does Chicago have in the backfield? They have Swift, and who else do they have?
Oh, man, that's a good question, bro.
Like, do they need a running back that badly right now?
They can add another one in this deep class. They don't need to get Jinty. They can go get another one early in the second round.
Interesting.
I forgot what their room looks like, though. But once again, I mean, Swift is their number one guy.
Yeah.
Salute to Raiders. War report again, man. Dart goes before Sanders to the Giants. Book it. I wouldn't be shocked. That's why I think all this Matthew Stafford talk. I think they potentially trade some draft. If they do go get Stafford, let's just say they go trade for him. I could see them doing that and bringing in Jackson Dart. I'm telling you, bro.
I didn't. They took the dude out of like West Virginia.
Yo, that was terrible, bro. Yo, everybody needs to get fired that day, bro. Everybody. But I can see that. And Marty, David Montgomery doesn't play for Chicago anymore. He's with the Detroit Lions. But I can see, and there's a lot of smoke around Jackson Dart and the Giants. So I can definitely. What if the Giants traded back? Or I don't see them reaching at 3 to take Jackson Dart.
Dan, I don't see Arch coming out after this coming season. I think he's going to play 2 years, dude. I really do.
Okay.
Yo, I'm fucking just thinking about that shit has me fucked up.
Bro, I was like, what the hell is going on?
Some shit like that?
Yeah, bro. I'm like, who is this dude, bro? That was the first time we ever heard of this guy. I want to see. Hold on. Let me look this up. West Virginia quarterback. I want to see this shit real quick. Garrett Green, right?
I think so.
It was Garrett High Stakes Green, bro. And he had 15 touchdowns and 12 picks. 2,300 yards in the air, bro. And the Giants took him at number 3 in our mock draft.
That's like a fucking giant thing to do.
Yo, that shit is crazy, bro. He says Graphk is Dart, Daniel Jones 2.0. No, not at all. I think they have two total different skill sets. And Daniel Jones isn't Jones like 6'5", 6'6"?
Jones who?
Daniel Jones.
I thought he was like 6'3", 6'2", 6'3". Hold on.
Is he? I thought he was bigger than that, bro. Pause.
Hey, yo.
Hold on.
6'5". What?
Yeah. The Jackson Dart's 6'2". He's not Vanilla Vic. Daniel Jones can run the football more than Jackson Dart. I don't think they have a similar skill set. Honestly, I really like the Derek Carr Jackson Dart comparison. I do. A lot of people are using it right now. I can see that. I just think that Jackson's a more athletic Derek Carr. If anything, real talk, and that's not killing DC. I'm just being honest. Let me see. Coconut water for best What are y'all talking about hydration in the chat?
Somebody must be talking to Hug about his gym rat journey.
Had to have been. Big Mike, I'll go simple and plain. My top 5 right now, just off the top of the brain, would be Jinty 1A, Hampton 1B. You go Caleb Johnson, you go Trayvon Henderson. I already put a Marion Hampton in there, right? And I'll go Cam Scatterbull.
Wait, what were your 5?
Top 5. Jinty 1A, Hampton 1B, and that can kind of intermingle. I like both of them.
Okay.
I'll go Caleb Johnson out of Iowa, Trayvon Henderson, and I'm gonna go Scatterbull.
You take Scatterbull over Jukins?
I like Jukins. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm a Sacramento resident, bro. My bias knows no bounds. I'm going Cam Scatterbull like you like to pin him.
I feel like Scatterbull's on the outside looking in. I do.
Oh, he probably is, but not on my list because I'm Sacramento proud.
I'll tell y'all where Scatterbull would fit perfectly.
Pause.
New England.
White boy running back heaven, baby.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'll tell you, there's another team that might be looking for a running back in this draft too. Now that I'm thinking about it, the report came out yesterday that the Dolphins are going to be releasing Raheem Mostert.
Yep.
They're going to be looking at a quarterback, probably a running back in the 2nd or 3rd round.
I can see that to pair it with a Kane or Chain, or however you say his name.
Yeah, Chain.
I like Jordan James too out of Oregon. Definitely I always love those running backs they have out there at Oregon, man. So he's in I'll say my top 10 in this year's draft, but he's at the end of that list for sure. But those are my top 5. I know I'm missing one name right now that I'm pissed off about. Ollie Gordon would have been on that top 5 list if he didn't have a down year last year. You know what I mean? And I know he was dealing with some things. I'm not going to beat Ollie Gordon up. You know, that Oklahoma State team was not great by any means either, but I think he could be great at the next level. But Caleb Johnson is one of those guys, bro. One of those guys. He's definitely one of those guys. Yeah, Miami did draft Jaden Wright last year too, the kid out of Tennessee.
So I'm looking at a list right now.
Dylan Sampson's nice too. Speaking of Tennessee, definitely another name.
I'm looking at a list right now, and this is from dartondraft.football, and it has like top 10 running backs right now in this draft class. So Genty is number 1, Caleb Johnson number 2, Trevion Henderson number 3, Amarion Hampton number 4.
Your list is already fucked up, but go ahead.
Yeah, they got Trevor Etienne as number 5.
Bro, he's going to be potentially a late round guy out of Georgia.
Jaden Blue out of Texas, number 6.
Blue's nice. He's an underrated guy.
He was okay. I feel like there were certain games where the run game was not utilized the way it should have been, and that's why they were shitting the bed here and there. DJ Giddens out of Kansas State.
Love Giddens.
Devin Neal out of Kansas at 8.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Scattaboo, number 9.
Okay.
Number 10 is Quinshawn Jukins.
Okay. I like that list. But once again, how do you have Hampton at 4? That's
Let me see if I can find it.
You already lost the list to me. Like, he's like, they fucked up already on that list. I can't agree with that at all. And I like Caleb Johnson. I think he could be phenomenal in this year's draft.
That's why they're saying he's number 4. He's a bit stiff in the ankles. It's not an overwhelming ability to change direction shown from him, and it takes him an added step or two to throttle down and turn the corner when he hits the boundary.
Who's saying this shit?
This was from Daft on Draft.
Delete your website. Delete the philosophy you go about analyzing sports. Just get rid of all that shit. Throw it away. It's nasty work. Man, talking about stiff ankles, bro. What the fuck are we talking about here, man?
That sounds really.
I'm ready to go take 8 shots of Woodson whiskey right now. These motherfuckers got me mad right now, dog.
I did 7 of them. Leave me alone.
I like Damian Martinez too out of Miami. He's nice. Over 1,000 yards rushing this year. I think he averaged like 6 a clip. Nice running back. I can definitely see him being a sneaky running back in this year's draft as well. And who that fam? I like Taj Brooks. I got a chance to look at him closely at the Shrine Bowl and watching him practice. Taj is one of those ones. Definitely. You know, I went up to him too at the Shrine Bowl. I said, Red Raider to Silver and Black Raider, what's up? And he looked at me, he just smiled like, I'm with it, sir. I'm with it. I'm like, hey, you know, so we shall see. We got one of them already, you know. So salute to Taj Brooks. Yeah, all eyes on Hampton, bro. That's nasty work. That is disgusting work. I don't know where you get that from. Salute to Raider War Report. Chris, let me go find him, my brother. My apologies. You know, I never want to miss any super chats. I don't want anybody feeling like, you know, we forgot what you got going on. Would you consider trading a 2026 second for another second this year and move back in the first to get another second, 6 picks into? I would definitely would.
Shit.
Definitely would.
I'd like that.
Trade a 2026 second. Well, that's all depending on if we get a quarterback in this year's draft for another second in this year and move back in the first to get another second.
So I mean, we would be out on Shador then, and we would be looking at Will Howard or Jackson Dart in the second,
which is okay. If you're gonna go get the guy, I want Will Howard personally. You know, I'm not a major Jackson Dart guy, but I would move some future draft capital to do it. Hey, they said they want to win now.
Brandon, we could pay him a league vet minimum. But people are saying he wouldn't take it. So,
wait, did he say that?
What?
Did Aaron say that he wouldn't do that? Because remember this isn't this going to be a situation, little bro, where it's similar to Russell Wilson? Like the Jets are still going to have to pay him a shit ton of money?
And that's why I'm saying it makes sense for us to think about taking him because we only have to pay him like 1.8 while the Jets are paying him $38 million.
Bro, I'm all for that, bro. Look, I'm not an Aaron Rodgers guy right now, but I'll tell you this. If we can get him for the likes of the price tag that Russell Wilson went to Pittsburgh, man, you strike while the iron is hot, bro. Simple and plain. You bring in a guy that is a 4-time MVP, 10-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champ. I'm sorry. I know he's old, but if he's going to be a guy that comes in for a year, 2 years tops for that price tag, man, bring him in for nothing.
K-Smooth, why isn't it the same if he's being outright cut? Why isn't it the same as Russell Wilson? I really feel that we can go that route with Rodgers and still draft our quarterback. Let him learn behind Rodgers for a year or two, preferably a year. And I feel like everybody talks about the whole McAfee shit, his attitude, this, that, and the third. I feel like Brady will be that one that can put him in check.
Yeah. And once again, we have leaders in this locker room. You got a Pete Carroll. You got guys that are Aaron Rodgers that come in and respect from the jump. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not act like Aaron's going to come in and just look at Pete Carroll and just frown upon him. This guy is a champ at every level in football. You know what I mean? Chip Kelly, a guy that I guarantee you he respects at the highest degree in terms of calling offenses. And once again, Brady and Spytek are very respected. So I think if any situation where Aaron goes in the NFL this year, I think the Raiders will be the best situation because we have people in the building that can, you know.
Judo just said Brady and Carroll will command respect from Rodgers.
Yeah.
Having a rookie learn from A-Rod and Brady. Yeah, and there's a quarterback in the league now that learned behind Rodgers previously in Jordan Love. Why the fuck not? Do it.
There you go. Salute to Will, my dog. On the goal line special. I'm on a team trade back if the top guys aren't there, and they most likely won't be. Try and move back to the 10-13 range. He said, let's get back to that Brock Bowers range and get a Jalen Walker and acquire the young edge rusher out of Georgia and acquire more picks, more specifically, another second. Salute to my guy. And he's a guy that's starting to gain a lot of momentum going into the combine as well as Jalen Walker. Have you got a chance to watch that much of him this year? No? Kid looked good. I mean, you know, Georgia didn't really have that dominant year that they usually do, but 6.5 sacks last year, you know, two fumble recoveries. He had 61 total tackles, 38 solo, 6'2", 245. You know, I could see him being an option, but that's not necessarily a need. If I'm going to trade back, I'm not looking at bringing in the edge / linebacker. I'm looking at bringing in somebody that's going to be probably ready to go. Well, not probably ready to go in day one, like day one.
There was a linebacker that somebody mentioned the other day. I don't know why I remember this dude's name right now, but they're like, yo, this dude is just on a different level. Like, we need to have this one linebacker, and I can't remember the kid's name right now.
Where at? Do you remember what school?
I can't remember. I just saw this shit. Like, this was like 2-3 days ago, but when I saw it, I was like, this would be interesting, and I can't remember who the fuck it is right now for the life of me.
Salute the War Report. Rodgers will attract Higgins. Let Howard or McCord learn behind him. Talk that talk, my brother.
Think about that.
Once
Yeah,
again,
pay on a league vet minimum, you can lock in a contract with Higgins then.
Yeah, facts. For the cheap, you can, man, look.
2025, Rodgers will earn a base of $2.5 million and a signing bonus of 35 while carrying a cap hit of 30. Thank you. While carrying a cap hit of 23.5 mil and a dead cap value of 49.
Yeah, but what does it have to do with us?
They have to pay the rest of that shit. We can give the league vet minimum at 2.5 mil for him.
Yeah, I want to figure out God Family Raiders for life. How does that work? Because I'm just trying to figure. That is the Jets' responsibility. They're gonna cut him. They're gonna cut him, so they got to pay him. No one's trading for that contract.
Nope.
Remember, wherever he goes, a new contract will be handed out. So they said when the NFL opens back up, March 12th, March 13th, he's free to sign with any team, and he'll be a post June 1st designation cut, right? So you're not taking that contract. So I'm trying to figure out how that works. You said the $35 million is an option. We got to look into that. I definitely want to see.
It's weird with that. Aaron would probably walk into Anderson in some sort of board shorts, sweating from his latest dark retreat high on.
Talking about, I do what I want.
I didn't even see the Netflix special. I heard people talking about it, but I never got the chance to watch it yet. I'm going to take a look at that sometime this weekend.
Salute to my brother Hug. You stupid, bro. Salute, man, to Dan. It's March 13th, I believe. I think it's March 12th, March 13th. That's where that
is. South Carolina. I think that might have been the kid.
Demetrius Knight?
Yeah, I think that might be it. And it's like a linebacker that's fucking ready now.
It's money. You already know me, bro. If we end up with Shador, I'm about to be ecstatic, bro. telling you right now, and look, I expect that kid to succeed at the next level and be phenomenal for us. You know what I mean? I just think that the Raiders are the perfect fit for him. Now, I'm worried about him if he goes to the Giants. I'm worried for him if he goes to Tennessee. I'm worried for him specifically if he goes to Cleveland. You know what I mean? Like, but the Raiders to me are the perfect team for him to be. I think that we'll put all the pieces around him. And once again, Tom Brady, his mentor, he can lean on him behind the scenes. I just think that is the perfect situation for Shedeur. And I think that he agrees with that as well. But also he's playing the game because he knows that he wants to go before 6. And he also understands in his mind that if the Raiders want him, they have to move up to go get him.
Yo, salute to Big Mike on the $10.
Holla!
Holla, city of squalor.
Rodgers with a chip on his shoulder for the minimum. Easy choice. Thank you.
There you go. And salute to Big Mike. You know you are, brother. You ain't got to do that, bro. But I'm going to say this. Aaron does not want to end his long, illustrious career the way they did with the Jets. That's not the way he wants to go about this thing. You know, their O-line struggled. They couldn't really get the ground game going out there with Brees, you know, and Braden out there. It was tough, man. I don't know what it was O-line.
It was scary.
Man.
The offensive line was not clicking, but
the defense like shit too. The defense didn't look. It looked like a shell of itself, little bro.
Hold up.
Salute once again to my brother Big Mike on the $10 issue as well. Let me hit the mute button on Hammer. Salute to everybody here in the building. As always, you guys, make sure you wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Coach says, I don't know if this Graphk the player analyst or Graphk the buddy of Shedeur. I'm not a buddy of Shedeur at all. It's the former. I'm all for it. I just don't want any. Look, first of all, you don't know who Laube is yet. I don't know who Laube is yet. Nobody knows who Dylan Laube is yet. You can't base your judgment off of a running back off of one rep. Literally one rep. And secondly, I don't know Shedeur personally. Have I interviewed him and talked to him a few times? Definitely. That man he don't know me by name. Now, if he sees me, he may throw me a little what's up. That's not my partner. I don't know him personally, bro. I have no ties to Shedeur at all. I talked to Deion Sanders Jr. in Shiloh way more than I talked to Shedeur at that Shrine Bowl. But I don't know any of these guys, bro. I don't have no personal relationships with these dudes. Now, Dylan, on the other hand, is a friend of mine. And I respect Dylan, and I want him to succeed. But this has nothing to do with so-called friendships or buddies, bro. Shedeur is not my buddy, dog. At all. At all. Like, period. So we can dead that narrative now. That is not my guy. I literally just met him for the first time a couple days ago. Let me see. Yeah, man. Simple and plain. And Dylan knows that. And we've spoken to him here live a few times. And I've talked to him behind the scenes several times. He knows what he has to do this offseason to get right. You know what I mean? And I know he's excited to be in Chip Kelly's system, man. You know, but he has a lot that he has to do in order to make this roster. You know, there's going to be a lot of turnover this offseason on the offensive side of the ball. He knows that. So he has to go out there and put in that extra work that other people are not to make this roster. And he's definitely still not a shoo-in to make the roster. And I think that he understands that as well. You just got to go out there and put the work in. But I refuse to judge a running back off of one rep, bro. And if you want to throw that preseason fumble in there, let's just do 2 reps. I refuse to literally just base my judgment completely on a football player over 2 reps. 1 in preseason and 1 against TJ Watt, probably the best, if not the second best defensive player in the NFL behind Myles Garrett. So come on, let's pump the brakes a little bit here. Salute to Big Mike, my brother, man. Definitely. I can see that too. Laube can definitely be our return guy. Definitely. Let me see. Get a few more questions in, you guys. We're about to hit that 1.5 hour mark. Salute to my brother Rick in the building. Would you sign Daniel Jones? It's not up to me. You know what I mean? Look, Daniel Jones has not done a lot, you know, at the NFL level, you know, since he's come over from Duke. You know, he struggled out there with the Giants. I think they have 1 playoff appearance. You know, do I love the dual threat ability? Definitely. You know what I mean? Did he have problems throwing the football? Definitely. You know, he definitely fell out of favor in New York. There's a reason why they let him go. He went to Minnesota, you know, and I think he was pretty much, I don't know what they got going on with him. Are they going to bring him back to Minnesota if they move on? He may stay. He may stay in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell. If they move on from Sam Darnold, I can see them keeping him there and having him battle it out with JJ McCarthy. But I'm personally not a big Daniel Jones guy, and I'd rather stray away from that. James, what would a Rodgers contract look like? At this point, I'm assuming, because I'm just going off of what I think this situation is. The Jets have to pay him. And if this is a Russell Wilson type situation, James, where you can get him for the fucking vet minimum, you bring in Aaron Rodgers while the Jets pay him a shit ton of money, if that's the move. Now, if you're bringing in Aaron Rodgers fresh, he wants a fresh contract. I'm not paying him top dollar to come in at 40 plus years old to be your guy. It's just not going to happen. But if you can get him on that vet minimum, bring him in. Bring him in. I'm all for it. Salute to my guy, James. Shador is the guy. I watched this man take a beating and kept getting back up and competing. I mean, let me show y'all something real quick. And I know there's other things that go with this situation, but I want to read this real quick. I saved this earlier on Twitter, okay? Salute to Adam Carter at Smart Football LI, I believe. Smart Football. Highest accurate pass percentage in a clean pocket amongst all quarterback prospects since 2014. Okay, right here. Since 2014, Colorado QB Shador Sanders is statistically one of the most accurate passers to enter the NFL in a decade. Shador Sanders, Colorado, 77%. Joe Burrow, number 2, LSU, 74.5. Number 3, Brock Purdy, Iowa State, 73.8. Number 4, Mac Jones, Alabama, 73.5. Teddy Bridgewater, Louisville, 73.1. CJ Stroud, Ohio State, 72.5 at 6. So once again, he's a very accurate guy. And that's someone that Tom Brady will definitely look at. Like, I want a guy that's accurate, that can make all the throws, that if you give him a clean pocket, which most quarterbacks, if you give them a clean pocket, they can make shit happen, right? But I'm just stating the obvious here. I'm reading this, y'all. Like, Shador can be great at the next level. And I know some people are going to say, well, the talent that he faced at Jackson State and the talent he faced at Colorado, cool. You want to bring that? You want to look at all this other shit? That's fine. I'm just going off of what that tweet entailed there, okay? Yes, and there you go, Dan, a high football IQ. Hold on real quick, y'all. Hammer, you got it real quick?
Uh-oh. What up, everybody? Sorry. Waiting for my food to get here, and they fucked up. Wipe them feet, smash them thumbs. Yeah, you don't know the routine.
Man, I feel bad for my son, man. He is cooked right now, man.
Oh, that clove oil, ASAP.
Bro, his tooth hurts so bad, he's throwing up. Like, it's like he's like, ugh. Hold on real quick. I'll be right back, bro. Hold the show down real quick. Do a few of the comments in the comment section if you can.
Gotcha. Mike Mayer, we keep him around. What you think about his potential? Does he ever reach that potential as a Raider? Mike, I think that he's going to be just fine. He battled the mental health stuff during this season, was away from the team for quite some time. I think in this system now, I think he's going to be just fine. He'll be a little bit more involved than he was after he came back. I think it's going to take care of itself, though. And if not, he could be a guy that you could see being used as a potential trade piece as we approach the start of the new league year next month. Can't compare college to NFL numbers. Don't lie, though. Jay Raider, you're 1,000% correct. And I've talked about this, the speed of the game and everything. And the numbers, sometimes the numbers in college are a little bit more astronomical than they are in the NFL. I have felt at times that the college football is a little bit faster, but in reality, it's not. If you look at some of the guys that are drafted, most of the guys that are drafted, you're playing guys pretty much on the same level when it comes to speed. A lot of guys that have these 4.4s, sometimes under 4.4s, 40s, then shit kind of balances itself out throughout the league. Shout out to L Rocket. Salute. No, Cam not coming here because Brady said he likes Sanders over any quarterback in this draft. Yeah.
Nose ring, y'all. Nose ring. No bug.
What's up my order, and I'm waiting to get my fucking food.
Salute to everybody here in the building, man. I think we're hitting that hour and a half mark. Hammer's about to eat. I gotta make sure my son is good. My wife about to take him to the ER right now because
go handle that, please, and man, a hug for me. Go handle that. Salute to everybody in the chat. If you haven't already, wipe them feet, which means hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe as well to both channels if you haven't already. Yep. Graphk is going to get to 30, and we're
trying to get 30.
We're on the road to 15. Make sure to subscribe to both channels, y'all. Appreciate everybody that pulled on up for this hour and a half, this little Saturday matinee that we did. Appreciate each and every single one of y'all in the chat.
As always, man, salute to Lil Bro. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Appreciate all of you guys. We will be back, anytime some Raider news hits, so there's some information out there that we got. We're going to come through over here and bless you guys first, and you guys always bless us as well. Thank you guys once again. Without you guys, this shit don't work. It does not work. So we appreciate you guys. I'm going to get out of here, make sure my son is good. Hammer, go handle your thing, brother. I'm going to call you in a minute. Salute to everybody here in the building. As always, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all.